Good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69 and welcome back to some Hold My Beer. Hold My Beer, another Hold My Beer. Today we have two replays for you today. And the first one we're watching Favor 69 and he is driving the Chieftain Mark 6. Favor 69, nice name there. Now the Chieftain Mark 6 is a decent tank when played correctly. It has great turret except for the hatch on top, and it has great DPM, and of course it has that Hesh as well. When played correctly, this tank can cause big amount of damage, which we are going to see this game. And what a perfect map for a chieftain, and that is Canyon in the middle here. God knows what this Chimera is doing. He is literally a fail tune and he just dies, like just gone kamikaze. Just, you know, even everyone thought it was funny. No one's complaining really. They just thought, like, they was just like, did that just happen? What was he doing? And the WZ111 on these team must just be thinking, right, yeah, okay, that's my platoon mate, guys. Yeah, that's my platoon mate. But he's in not a great position himself. So getting wrecked now in the Chieftain Mark 6. He needs to be very, very careful. I mean, people are splashing him with HE. And again, what are these guys doing? There goes the WZ. Just as bad as the Chimera. What is the E3 doing? The E3, what is wrong with these people? Like, he's now going to die. One of the strongest tanks in tier 10. And he just YOLOs like that. What is with all this YOLOing? Like, really, let's just die all. Don't say that the waffle's just going to come in now and just die. It's a 4 versus 7. He's on 1600 damage. He's managed to block 1230, which is more hit points than he's already that he's got left. And now these team are being a bit overconfident. I think the enemy are being a bit overconfident. And they have all started to push, which, okay, you can see, okay, it's a 7 versus 4. All 4 tanks are down this area of the map. So if all 7 tanks pushed, then it should not be a problem for the enemy team. Of course, our guy Favor doesn't want to push just yet, and because there is a Death Star, and he manages to only do 100, just over 100 damage. So he's doing a pretty good job, but there's still a hell of a lot of work to do. And of course, now there is a Yo, and the Yos annoy me, especially with those tracks, and not just the Yos, the Emils as well. Like, when you shoot the tracks, it's just like, and it just bounces. But at this point in the game, it is a 2 versus 6, and I think it's almost it's almost game over. You know, if he can take this T62 out though, then anything can actually happen. No idea why this guy was saying fake. Like, what's fake? I don't understand what's fake. So 3.9k damage now from Favor. This guy is gonna have another shell, but he managed to bounce the shot, which means he's now on a big reload. So if he can get a couple of HE shells into this guy, he just may be able to take him out. And that there was an absolute beautiful fire. Absolutely beautiful. And before you know it, it is a 2 versus 4. If he can take this guy out, then anything can actually happen. But he needs to back up at the minute. The Yo is he's got a lot of tanks around him, and he's now just about to die. But he does manage to take out the Death Star. So our guy Favor really wants to focus this guy. He's not looking at him, and he does manage to take him out. And all of a sudden, they have brought it down to a 2 versus 2. 2 versus 2. There is a Defender Mark 1. Obviously, there was a fail tune on each team. No idea where he is, but at the minute, we don't care. We don't give a fuck where that guy is. As long as we can deal with the IS-7, then this will come back as one of the greatest comebacks, I think, in history. Unfortunately, the Defender is AFK. Unfortunately, we say unfortunately, but I'm sure Favor is not saying unfortunately. And again, he gets another beautiful bounce. The Chieftain's not great for bouncing, to be honest, but when it bounces, it works. And as you can see here, sometimes you bounce just when you need to. And again, there, he's only now on 14 hit points, but he's going to reload before this IS-7. Is he going to manage to take him out? Yes, he is, for his 4th kill. So 14 hit points left, 7,000 2,400 damage, 2,600 block damage, and now there is just an AFK to deal with. I mean, this was incredible. AFK or not, like, I don't even care. I know you guys are going to say that he's only won because of an AFK. I do not care. This was a great comeback, and to be honest, he probably deserved this tank to be AFK. Him and the other guy, the Death Star, did a really good job. These two, between pretty much everyone, they deserve this win. I mean, they worked their arse off. They deserve this little AFK at the end here, and just one more shot away, and even with a minute and a half to spare, he does manage to take out the Defender Mark 1. Great comeback, great to watch, good fun battle to watch, especially at the start with all those YOLOing tanks. That was quite amusing, and he does end on 9,256 damage, 2,159 base XP. That was a shame there from the IS-7 at the end to mess up those shots, because he actually had a pretty decent game. But 3 zeros, the 3 YOLOers at the start, I mean, why? Just why? As you can see here, their stats. I mean, this Chimera, he was a decent player. The WZ111, okay, not so decent. But you know what? He deserved the win. That was incredible. Great fun to watch. Thank you, Favor, for uploading that to Bullet Stars. Next up, we're going to watch CPVA Yo-Yo Train 728 _ TW driving the Jag Panzer E100. Now, again, I think this is another replay that I got from Blitz Stars. I like to take replays from Blitz Stars because that means we know that they're not up against bots. But you know what? Having watched the last game, I'm not so sure. But you know what? Let's just watch and see how he gets on. Now, the Jag Panzer is not a tank I particularly like. It's a very difficult tank to play, and it's very, very situational. It's very, very slow, doesn't have a turret, and if you get caught off guard, then you're soon going to get absolutely destroyed. You need backup. It's very team dependent, but it does have that very, very nice gun, but you need to put that gun to use. You need to be facing the enemy. You do have a lot of weak points on your tank. Obviously, the front plate, basically an E100, very weak front plate. You have the cheeks as well next to your gun, very, very weak. And of course, when you start showing the side of your tanks, if anything with Hesh comes at the side of you, then you will be absolutely ripped apart. So the whole enemy team has gone the left side. His team have all gone the right side. So at the minute, he's going to get a few side shots. A very nice shot there into the FV4005, just over 1,000 HE. Now he's trying to push this E3 out of the way. I know what the E3's doing. I understand what he's doing. You know, he wants to side scrape, but him doing that, he's actually blocking our Jaegeru here. So he's not able to do anything with that E3 there. The E100 takes out the Object 260. You can see that they're not looking at pushing yet. You can see he's being very patient, going for the Death Star. He's actually going to go for the HE shot here. Oh, what a nice HE roll into the Death Star. Take a bit of HE Death Star. How do you feel? How do you feel when it happens to you? Not nice. Absolutely not nice. But there goes a couple of tanks. It is now a 5 versus 6. The Death Star is coming around, and he does manage to take the kill. Now, the replay is a bit laggy, as you can see. But, it's just some replays get laggy. Some replays get destroyed somehow. But he's doing a very good job. Here comes the E100. He's going to push the E100. Now, if you are in close combat with this tank, the idea is to angle like we are doing here. Like he's not directly, like that. Just wiggle your plate. I mean, this replay looks absolutely screwed. Look at it. I mean, what the hell is going on with this replay? That's not my recorder. That's not me recording. This is actually the replay file itself that is just completely messed up here. But yeah, when you're face hugging a tank or anything like that, then don't look directly. Whilst you're on a reload, make sure you angle your tank. Don't look directly into a tank, because they will get the cheeks of your at the side of your gun. So at the minute he's on 6k damage, just about 6k damage. Don't know where that shot went, and it's now a 3 versus 4. That was unfortunate because the E3 is just getting ripped apart by this Sheridan. So what he wants to do is just go and move this Sheridan out the way to allow the E3 to move, but unfortunately the E3 does die, his other teammate does die, and all of a sudden he is alone against 3 tanks. He really needs to take out this guy, and he does just that, but there is still another Sheridan to try and deal with. As you can see, the Sheridan is resulted to just shooting HE, even though if he would have just used a little bit of time to get around the Jaegeru, then he could have actually shot some heat or whatever into him and done a bit more damage. So it is now 7,300 damage. Again, I do apologize for the replay file because it is a little bit messed up. Now, God knows what this T57 is doing. Another nice shot there into the T57. He is now a 1-shot to this guy. Here comes the Sheridan, only doing 121 damage. And for some reason, he now starts to push forward. I don't get why one of them don't go the other way. The Sheridan especially, just go the other way. Like, get behind him. He's on 8,100 damage. Surely this can't be a win. Surely it's just too much. Imagine if he Amaraks one of them. But he does get a nice fire. Absolutely lovely fire. But you know what? It's just too much. It's just too much. When you're in that position, that is not the best position for the Jaegeru. But he puts up a really good fight. Ends the game on 9,001 damage. And he gets a well-deserved ace. You know what? The T57 did a pretty good job there at 3,000. And that was unfortunate. Nice carry, though. It was just a bit too much. With 5 of his team doing less than 1,000 damage, it was a bit too much. So I hope you enjoyed those replays, guys. If you did, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. We need to get 60,000 subscribers so we could do a massive giveaway for the channel. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye.